Before I say anything, I want you to just sit with this for a moment. How uncomfortable was that? And more importantly, why? You live in a world drowning in sound, and somewhere along the way, silence stopped being restful and started feeling like a threat. Here's the honest truth. The reason silence is unbearable is not because it's empty. It's because of what fills it when the noise stops. Your thoughts, the questions you haven't answered, the feelings you've been too busy to feel. The version of your life that you know deep down doesn't quite match the one you said you wanted. The grief that has no scheduled appointment. The loneliness that exists even when you're surrounded by people. All of it, waiting, patient, unhurried, in the silence. You keep refusing to give it, so you reach for the podcast. The music, the background hum of someone else's voice. Not because you love the noise, but because the alternative asks something of you, and you've decided quietly, probably unconsciously, that you're not ready to give it. Here's the shift, and it's gentler than the discomfort of the silence suggests. Everything you're avoiding in the quiet, it's not trying to destroy you. It's trying to reach you. The unprocessed grief is there because something mattered. The unfinished question is there because part of you already knows the answer. The gap between the life you're living and the life you sense. You're supposed to be living. That's not failure. That's information. Silence is not the enemy. Silence is the only space honest enough to hold all of it without flinching. The noise protects you from your own inner life. And while protection feels kind in the short term, in the long term, it is the most expensive thing you ever bought. Because the bill arrives eventually, and it always arrives with interest. 3 ways to begin making peace with the quiet without forcing anything. Not meditate. Not breathe intentionally. Just sit and notice what comes up without trying to fix it or understand it. Most people discover that the first 90 seconds are uncomfortable, and then something unexpected happens. The noise inside starts to organize itself. The panic softens. Something becomes clear that was too loud to hear before. 2 minutes. Just observe. The next time you find yourself automatically turning something on, pause for 3 seconds and ask, what am I about to not feel? Naming it doesn't mean you have to feel it right now, but it breaks the unconscious loop. The thing you're avoiding gets a name instead of a reinforced hiding place. Named things lose power. Unnamed things grow. Ask yourself something honest while you're in it. What am I not saying? What do I need that I'm not asking for? What would I do differently if I weren't afraid of how it looked? The silence is not empty. It has answers, but it only gives them to the people willing to stay long enough to listen. You don't have to stay long. You just have to stay. The silence you've been running from is not empty. It is full of you. The parts of you that never get airtime. The thoughts that are too real for the background hum. The feelings that have been waiting patiently for the noise to stop. You don't have to be afraid of what's in there. You just have to be willing to sit with it. Long enough to find out that it was never the monster you thought it was. If this opens something up, share it with someone who hasn't been able to be quiet in years. And if you want content that keeps calling you back to the most important conversation you'll ever have, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.